Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. Today's video, I think it's gonna be really quick, but the project, I think it's gonna be adorable. So for this project, I will use little notebook from Dollar Tree. The notebook dimensions are 6 by 8. I do have monthly planner, also from Dollar Tree, and the dimensions are 7.5 by 9 7/8. I will also use this paper collection, Fall Plaid. I think this has so many beautiful colors, and I believe that for winter time, this is just perfect. You know, a lot of these pages, they represent warmth, at least the way I look at it. So this is the reason why I'm choosing this collection. So the paper that I'm choosing, I'm gonna use this little bit with the orange. I will use this for decoration on the inside, and I will use this to decorate the folio inside of the folio. We will also need 2 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. I think 2 sheets will be enough. And we will need chipboard. The chipboard, 2 pieces 8 by 10.5, and 1 piece 1/2 inch by 10.5. So let me put this aside, and we will start with the cardstock. So the cardstock, it's 12 by 12, and if you want, you can pre-trim it because our edge is going to be a little bit more than 1 inch, but I will keep it that way. So we will glue these 2 pieces together. And this is how we will position. We will position the first piece right here, 8 by 10. Then we will position the spine, and then the second piece, 8 by 10. So let's glue this. All right, it looks like we're gonna have border around of about 3/4 of an inch on the top and the bottom, and this is what I left on this side. So 3/4 of an inch, it's a little bit less what I normally like to do, but it will work. So now the spine. The spacing between chipboard, approximately 1/8 of an inch. Just like that. And now on this side we have too much cardstock, so we will just trim this off, and I will try to leave approximately 3/4 of an inch right there. Now this piece that we have left, we will use to cover the spine. But before we do that, let's work on our cover. So let's score all around. Okay, now I will run the spatula all around to get that really nice edge. Just like that. And now we will miter the corners. So small angle, leaving a little bit of that cardstock, just to make sure that we can wrap this whole thing. Okay, and now we can glue it to cover this on the inside. And make sure that everything adheres. Now the side. All right, one more side. Okay, so now let's stretch the paper right here in between the scores, just like that. So I can see that my paper is peeking here just a little bit. So let's make sure this is all glued. All right, so now we have our cover, and I'm gonna keep it just simple, just like that. There will be no closure for this. So now we're gonna cover the spine. So to cover the spine, we will cut this piece down to 2.5 inches, and the height will be 7.5. And I'm sorry about that, 2.5 inches. The height will be 10.25. So now we will cover the spine. And you line this up on the middle. So approximately you should have 1 inch covered off on one side and 1 inch on the other. It doesn't have to be exactly, but try to put it on the middle. So now I'm gonna find the spine. Let me just run it through a little bit to kind of get that card stuck in there. But be careful because it's very easy to cut this and you don't want to cut the cardstock. So make sure that everything adheres. Okay. So now let's fold the other side. All right. So now we have our cover. So now we will trim the paper to cover the inside. And I mentioned to you that I want to use this paper for the inside. So we will trim this to 7 3/4 by 10 1/4. And we need 2 pieces, 7 3/4 by 10 1/4. And for the spine, we will need to trim this to 10 1/4. And we're gonna trim only approximately 1/4 inch. It could be a little bit more if you want, but it has to be less than 1/2 inch. So as you can see, we will cover the spine with this thin strip. Just like that. And we will cover both sides. So as you can see, this will have really neutral color on the inside. Okay, approximately 1/8 of an inch border all around. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, the inside is done, and we will work on the outside. For the outside, I will use 2 different colors of paper. So I want my cover to be this color, but for the front I will need a little bit background, and I'm going to use this. So I will cut this sheet to 7 3/8 by 10 1/4. I will also cut this one to 7 3/4, and for now, yes, this is going to be the back, 7 3/4 by 10 1/4. I will need small piece for the spine, so also approximately 1/4 of an inch. It could be just a smidge more, so 1/4 of an inch by 10 1/4. And now we will need one more piece, and this one I will cut to 6 inches by 10 1/4. So let's decorate the front. So the way we will decorate, or the way I will decorate, is the front. I'm gonna use that orange paper right here. So I want this to be on the front. I will run the spatula right here on the spine, just so I can see better where to apply this. And as you can see, my glue doesn't work with me today. It's applying so much of it, too much. So anyway, we're gonna apply this again, approximately 1/8 of an inch space all around. Just like that. Now we're gonna apply the 1/2 inch for the spine. And for the back, we will apply this piece. So as I mentioned to you, I want the cover to be actually this color. And you're gonna see why I apply that. So now, this will be the back. And I will apply one of my MaKala stickers. Right here. Okay, so this is the cover. Now we will work on this. And my thought is I want to overlap this color right here to create little pocket on this side. But I want to make it a little bit prettier. So I want to apply some type of design to this. And for that, I will use actually any leftover piece of the cardstock you have. It will work. I have piece like this left, so I will use that. And I do have a little die cutter for the border. So what I want to do is actually, it's not going through, but okay. And I am die cutting more than I need because I want to make sure that I will cover the entire length. And I need just a little bit more. Okay, this should do. So now, when we apply this in here, you could do it two different ways. You can put this underneath, and it would peek just like that. Or you can cut this strip and put it on this side. So what you could do is do it this way. So it's really up to you how you want to do this. I think I'm just gonna cut this way and apply it just like that. So let me position this on my board. And I actually want to see how far to cut this. So I think I'm gonna cut it strip just like that. And now I can make either this way, I could make it that way. And actually this looks very nice. So I think I'm gonna apply it just like that. So because I don't want to glue this to the cover itself, so I'm gonna do it right here, just like that. So I am just gonna apply small, I'm gonna try to apply a small strip of glue. And I will position this just like that. This glue dries white, so I'm sorry, clear, so you're not going to be able to see this. But I think this is really nice look. So let me just trim both sides right here. And now we can glue this just like that. So because we are making this as a packet, I am gonna apply the glue only on 3 sides. Small strip of glue. Okay. Just like that. And I will align it. I don't want to see that orange anywhere around. So this is how I'm gonna align this. Okay, and here is the front of our cover with the little packet. So now we can work on the inside. So the weekly planner, which I really like because it has a lot of additional notes on the back, which I think it's great. And then you have enough room to jot down little notes, little reminders for yourself. So we will cover that. And we will cover that with, this is the paper I chose. I think it's gonna look very nice in here. And I mentioned to you, I'm looking for neutral colors. So I think this would be just great. So this planner, I think I mentioned it's 10 inches long. And let's double check, a little bit less, 1/8 of an inch less. So I will trim this. And I will trim it to 10 inches. I know we're gonna have a little bit paper sticking out. And now this is approximately 7.5. So I will also trim this to about 9 inches. So 9 inches this way. So I am planning to wrap this, but wrap it only the front and a little bit on the back. I will not make this removable. So we will glue this. So let's apply the glue. And don't go too close to the edges because you don't want to glue the pages of that weekly planner. So now when I'm aligning this, I'm aligning this side and the bottom. So I have to cut only the top portion off. So, okay. And now we will glue the back. Just like that. And now we have a little bit of this paper sticking out on one side, which is okay. We will trim this off. So now we can open this up. And we can trim it with the blade or we can trim it this way. Whatever works easier for you. I might put my ruler in here to cut this nice and straight. Just like this. And now this small piece, it's easy enough to trim it just like that. Okay. All right, so we have this wrapped up and we're gonna position this just like that. So let me apply the glue to the back. And we will position this planner on the middle of this page. So now I will squish it from this side. Okay. So the planner is glued and now we need to work on our notepad. Okay. So we need to cover the notepad and I will also glue this one. So we can use the same paper, or we can decorate this a little bit different way. And I think okay, to cover the notebook, I chose similar paper to the one that I have on the back, because I don't want too much of the bright. If I would use this color to cover this, I think it would just look a little bit odd. So I am gonna choose this one. And we will cover this very similar way as we did the planner. So again, let's just check the dimensions. And the height, which is the most important, is 8 inches. So I will trim this to 8 and maybe 1/8 of an inch. So I don't want to make this removable. So again, I'm not going to cover this whole thing. I will cover only part of the back. So if this is 6 inches, I'm gonna cut this paper to about 7.5. So I will just quickly cut it with my knife. And now let's apply the glue. Again, not going too close to the edge. And I will line up the bottom and the side just like we did previously. And now the back. Now maybe before you want to do the back, maybe you want to check how this is glued together. And actually mine covers the front and the back perfectly. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna need to trim much. Okay, so let's fold this over and glue it. Just like that. And now this cover has round corners. So I think I'm gonna use my corner rounder. And which one? I think I'm gonna use this one. So now we can take our notepad and we will glue it just like that towards the bottom. So let me apply the glue. So now I'm placing this closer to the spine. I need to leave space in here for the pen. So let's squish this to make sure it adheres. Just like that. And now there are few things we can do. I have little flags that I bought in Dollar Tree, and I think I want to use some of them in this project. Because now if we have weekly planner, maybe we want to highlight some things where we want to get back to it. So I will use maybe the purple. I guess we can position them this way. I can use red. I think it would look all right. Again, I don't want anything too bright. And I can do purple. Now I do have also sticky notes, which we can place it right here. And I'm just gonna remove a few of them. If you want, you can apply it even only half. And now we need to make pencil holder or pen holder. I will use this one. This one is actually from Michael's. So let's pre-cut some of the leftover paper we have. So I will trim this to approximately 1.5 inches by 2.5. And we will score 2.5 side up. We will score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. And actually, you know, I am gonna redo this because I just measure this pen and this is gonna be way too loose. So I will recut this piece about 1.5 inch. And now I will score. So because this pencil or pen is less than 1/2 inch, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3/8. I'm gonna count 1, 2, another 3/8. 1, 2, another 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8. 1, 2, and 3/8. And we need total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scores. 3/8 of an inch. So now I will just cut right on that last score. This way you don't have to worry too much about measurements and counting and adjusting and all of that. So now if I try it, it's going in a little tight for me. But that's all right. So what I'm gonna do, since this is a little bit tighter, I am gonna wrap right here on the bottom of it because this is angled a little bit. I will apply the glue. and I will glue it right here. Okay, so this will hold. So now, because this is going to be holding on the bottom, just like that. So I will position this somewhere lower, or you can position it right here. So let me just apply the glue, and I will place it right here. So now I can remove the pen. Let me squish this. Okay, and here you go. So it is a little bit of a tight fit, but that's all right. This pen will not go anywhere, and it still stays put really nicely. So now I do have little cut apart that we can use it in here as a decoration. If you got some other one, you could use it, or you don't have to. You don't have to put anything in here, which would be perfectly fine. I will just put something in here just to give this little bit different look. And now on this side, we could leave it plain like this. I think this is beautiful look as it is, but if you want, we can also add something in here. And I think I will do that. To bring all of the colors together, I will use, if you have some additional cardstock, and I have some of this paper left over, we're going to use it to apply it right here. And I will show you what that will be. So before I cut it, let me just measure this. Okay, 9 7/8. So I will trim this cardstock too. I need only strip approximately, I'm gonna use it about 1 3/4 of an inch. And we're gonna cut this too. I believe I mentioned it's 9 7/8. I think so. 9 7/8. So we got this piece, and this leftover piece I have, I will trim down to 1.5 inches. By, I'm gonna do 9.5. And that's this piece, 9.5. So now I'm gonna apply one piece on the top of the other, just like that, to create a little bend. Okay. And in here, I will apply it just like that on the middle of this page. And that will also serve as a little sleeve. So we're gonna apply the glue only on the top and the bottom. We will place it approximately on the middle. And we just created little band for any type of note you want to put it in here. Any message if you are giving this for somebody, or if you need to tear the page out and place it in here, or this is plenty of space for, you know, little notes, anything you want. If you want to remember something and you need to apply sticky pad, you can do that. So I think this project, it came out beautiful. It's very versatile, and it gives you option to store something. You can write something. You got your pen, you got your sticky notes, you got your flags, your planner. This is, I guess, monthly planner, but beautiful with a lot of space for things. And right here on the front, we also have room to put some notes, some messages, something. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you liked it. I hope you're gonna make one for yourself or as a gift or for one of your co-workers. You can give this really to anybody for any occasion. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. I would really appreciate if you like this video. Please hit like button, comment, share, subscribe. All of those things really help my channel grow. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon in my next video.